Tonight on CTV, we investigate the news found in Newsom Hall and what President Tony Frank had to say about it.
Then we have your inside look at Comic-Con and highlights from the Rams' first football game in the new stadium. Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the first episode of CTV News this year. I'm Nicole Parra.
And I'm Stuart Smith. Here is the latest in the world of news. Eliza Thomas, a resident assistant in Newsom Hall, woke up from a nap in his room to find a noose constructed of crepe paper at the end of his hall. Thomas is the only black or African-American resident on his floor. Thomas was the target of what can be considered a bias-motivated incident. This is an incident where it is motivated in whole or by the offender's bias against a perceived or actual race. Thomas took video footage of the noose and posted it onto his Facebook, where it has received over 6,000 views. Residence Life sent an email to all on-campus residents Thursday, informing staff and students of the steps taken to address the incident and provided a list of resources for those who may be impacted. Collegian reporters Aaron Douglas and Chapman Croskell interviewed President Tony Frank about the incident.
Someone who didn't own the ideology, who, in my opinion, in a very cowardly way, hung up a symbol of racial violence and intimidation. And I think we were pretty clear in our comments that if the reason one would do that is because they understand that idea isn't going to carry the day in the marketplace of ideas. It never has historically. It's not going to today. And the only purpose one can be having is trying to intimidate others, to frighten them, to divide, to keep us from standing together and speaking out, and that won't work at Colorado State. We will all stand together against ideas like this and make sure that people who would feel threatened by cowardly acts like that know that everyone stands with them.
CSU police conducted a preliminary investigation of the incident, but have since suspended further efforts. CSU PD did not find evidence to identify a suspect or provide leads that supported the continued investigation. Anyone with information should call CSU PD at 970-491-6425.
The halls are almost completely full this year as Colorado State University welcomes a new class of freshmen, which is the largest in the school's history. The administration, however, says this level of capacity is not unusual. There are approximately 8,000 students living in the residence halls and apartments. According to Tony Miyamoto, Director of Communications for Residence Life, the number of students living on campus is right where they want it to be. The difference this year is the greater number of non-freshman students living on campus. The university considers this trend a success, since it has been trying to attract upperclassmen to live on campus for years. According to Miyamoto, the recently finished and university-owned Aggie Village apartment complex has been proven popular with returning students, and there is currently a wait list for any room in the complex.
Classes have just begun, freshmen are all moved in, and exams are already around the corner. Let's see how that first week went.
I thought it was way easier, I guess. I knew it was going to be easy, but it was just way easier to meet new people.
Definitely there's like a lot to do in classes, I guess, like having assignments all the time. I'm not used to, because in high school, like especially senior year of high school, was super easy and we didn't have as much as a homework load as I do now.
I thought it was going to be a lot harder to like find classes, but it was pretty easy. Being at a really small school, you know everyone knows everything about you, whereas here, you know, I probably won't ever see some of the people I saw today ever again. I'm really excited to go more into the school year and get really hands-on work.
My classes are much smaller than I expected, so that's a bonus, and I like all my professors a lot.
Just being on your own schedule, really choosing when you go to class, not having someone say you need to go. It's just a different atmosphere, and you don't feel babied.
Transitioning to different classes in different buildings is huge. Also, just kind of having your own schedule and creating your own schedule is big, and like the spacing of classes and everything. Having big gaps in between classes is weird. Like I have to figure out how to manage my time and like get everything done that I need to do, like personally wise, like working out and like staying in touch with my family, as well as making the time to do my homework and stay up to date with my classes.
Like freshmen are starting to get the hang of things.
Several Colorado businesses, agencies, and volunteers are taking action and helping the thousands affected by Hurricane Harvey. The disaster unfolded on an epic scale in one of America's most populated metropolitan areas, and now many Coloradans have already been deployed to help with relief efforts. But many can help without even leaving the state. Miller Coors, which said it has deep roots in Texas, has been shipping drinking water to the area. More than 20 firefighters from multiple Colorado fire departments are already in Texas helping with a humanitarian effort, and the local Red Cross officials are sending over 40 personnel to help with relief efforts as well. If you are interested in volunteering, please visit www.redcross.org.
A new one-credit course offered at Colorado State University will aim to teach students to be green renters. Green renters, or GES 280, will be instructed by Dr. Anne Marie Merlin, who previously taught several classes in the honors program. Merlin said it is necessary to start educating renters about efficiency if the city of Fort Collins is going to reach the goals set forth in the city's climate action plan. This includes becoming carbon neutral by 2050. The course will be offered through the School of Global Environmental Sustainability and open to anyone interested. The Green Renters course will take place every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and runs from September 11th through November 10th.
Up next, we have Zach Trombetta with your weather update, and then later on, Alexandria Clough with the inside look on all things Ram sports.
And you will not want to miss it.
Said I couldn't dream. Told me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Rams, I hope you guys all had a nice first week of classes and got to go check out the new stadium this weekend. It was a hot one. Temperatures reached 120 degrees at some points during the time on the field. Now, let's check out the current temperatures right now in Fort Collins. We're looking at about 80 degrees here with sunset around 7:37 with winds out of the southwest. Now, overnight lows, 58 tonight in Fort Collins as we make our way down the I-25 corridor, 61 in Denver, 55 in Colorado Springs, and 57 in Pueblo. Now we make our way out to the western slope, 65 out in Grand Junction, 43 in Gunnison, and 45 down in Alamosa. Out on the eastern plains tonight, you'll see 53 degrees in Burlington and 56 degrees in Sterling. Now, tomorrow's highs, it's going to be a hot one. 6th straight day reaching 90-degree wet temperatures in Fort Collins. Down the I-25 corridor, Denver, 92. Colorado Springs, 84. 97 out in Grand Junction on the western slope, hot. Now out on the eastern plains, 85 in Lyman, Burlington, 89. Now tomorrow morning, if you have an 8 a.m., you're going to want to bring those flip-flops and t-shirt. You're not going to want to be in a sweater. It's going to warm up quick. 64 degrees for that 8 a.m. bus ride, noon 84, and then we're going to hit 90 for that for the Wednesday afternoon. Now, stick around next for Alex with sports.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Welcome back from summer break. I'm sports anchor Alex Clough, catching you up on the latest Colorado State sports news. What a way to kick off the football season in the brand new stadium and in front of a sellout crowd. The Rams beat Oregon State 58-27. And on the offensive side of the ball, quarterback Nick Stevens completed 26 of 39 passes for 334 total yards with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Izzy Matthews, Marvin Kinsey Jr., and Dalen Dawkins are key running backs this year, again, as they each scored rushing touchdowns. True freshman tight end Cameron Butler and wide receiver Dietrich Clark were on the other side of Nick Stevens' touchdown passes. On the defensive side, 5 turnovers were forced against the Beavers. Trey Thomas, Josh Watson, and Anthony Hawkins all had interceptions. Watson had 9 tackles and Jake Schlager had 8 out of. Looking ahead, the Rams will have a short week of practice as they go into the Rocky Mountain Showdown this Friday against Colorado in Denver. This game will be Colorado's season's first opener, and the Rams are looking to improve their record to 2-0. The Colorado State volleyball team kicked off their season Friday night against Duke. CSU lost 3-2. In the entire match, there were 53 total ties and 19 lead changes, so it was close throughout the whole match. Kirsty Hillier started off the season with 19 kills, and Katie Alexic had 59 assists. Coach Hilbert shook off the loss by saying, "When we get into a rhythm with our offense, we are going to be fine." The team turned around and played the University of Central Florida on Saturday and won 3-1. Katie Alexic for the Rams had yet another great performance as she had 49 total assists. CSU they are currently taking on Northern Colorado in Moby right now, and we'll have more updates on that as they come. The CSU women's soccer team fell 2-1 against Northern Colorado on Thursday, but Taylor Steinke was able to get the first goal of the season for CSU. This did get the team excited, but it was not enough. CSU had 7 shots on goal and UNC had 10, but this is showing that the team is really making an effort to land the ball in the net. The Rams play next on Friday against New Mexico at 1 p.m. at the new CSU soccer field. To stay up to date with the volleyball game, follow the CTV 11 YouTube page and Twitter pages. Don't go away because Kiara Coles is up next with entertainment.
I realized that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome to CTV Entertainment. I'm your favorite reporter, Kiara Coles, and let's get started. Fort Collins saw its 3rd annual Comic-Con this past weekend, and it made quite the impact on the community. After months of preparation, Fort Collins Comic-Con made its big debut at the Northside Atzlin Community Center this past weekend. The event brought together lovers of cosplay and gave people the opportunity to express their passions and creativity.
I just love dressing up. Like, I've loved dressing up since I was a kid, and costume making is what I love to do.
The weekend was filled with different activities for the con goers, all at a reasonable price.
For our con, you know, it's pretty affordable for a family of 4 to come and show up and then still be able to shop at the vendors and see what's going on.
Vendors were set up throughout the community center with a variety of artifacts and artwork for sale. Congoers had the opportunity to connect with vendors and other cosplayers who shared similar interests.
People could come out and cosplay as whatever they wanted to, be whoever they wanted to, be the superhero that they know that they are, and feel comfortable doing that.
The Comic-Con is also the best place for those who want to help support a worthy cause.
I've been making fan art, which is just drawing portraits of superheroes, for the last couple of years as a hobby, and I recently got this opportunity to come to the convention and use this as a tool to raise money for Life for the Innocent, the charity, which is a wonderful organization that rescues kids directly from human trafficking.
Fort Collins Comic-Con continues to have an impact on the community, and organizers are always looking for people who want to get involved.
If you're interested in volunteering for us, if you're interested in just coming out and learning about a new genre of something, cosplaying, this is your community.
Although this year's Comic-Con is over, organizers are already gearing up for next year's festivities, which will be on August 25th and the 26th. The 2017 VMAs, hosted by Katy Perry, premiered on Sunday, and let me tell you, it was worth the watch. Kendrick Lamar kicked off the show with a fiery performance, literally. Not only was the stage a blazing inferno, but the act even featured a ninja completely engulfed in flames. The night consisted of several performances, some of which contained strong messages. Singers Logic, Alessia Cara, and Kali took to the stage to perform their song 1-800-273-8255, which is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline number. Suicide attempt survivors then joined the pair on stage. The mother of Charlottesville victim Heather Heyer also made an appearance to pay tribute to her daughter and announced the launch of a foundation in her honor. One of the most anticipated moments of the night was the premiere of Taylor Swift's new music video for Look What You Made Me Do. In the video, T. Swift acts as various versions of her past persona in what appears to be a jab at how she is displayed in the media. Near the end of the video, Swift makes a bold statement saying, quote, "I'm sorry, the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now. Why? Oh, because she's dead." If you're curious about who this new Taylor Swift is, hopefully you will gain some insight when her new album titled Reputation drops on November 10th. Alright, if we're going to be together for a semester, there's something you should know. I'm a huge fan of the Bachelor franchise. Bachelor in Paradise's 4th season is currently in motion, and it has been nothing but drama. Last night, viewers saw the all-too-familiar love triangles, disagreements, and of course, tears. Outside of what is shown on the screen, the franchise is still dealing with the scandal that almost shut down production. A producer on the show alleged that possible sexual misconduct took place between contestants Corinne Olympios and Demario Jackson. Olympios appeared to be in the show last week to tell his story. Olympios appeared on Good Morning America in her first live interview since the incident. She says, quote, "I was a victim of not really knowing what happened at that time, but did not consider herself as being victimized by Demario." Olympios appears on Bachelor in Paradise tonight to further address the incident. Well, Rams, that's all the time we have for you today, but be sure to tune in for Thursday's next news show, and have a great night, Rams.